is I can finally do this and be a cool kid. If you guys haven't checked out the unboxing video for my Wish steering wheel, please go ahead and do that. But today, guys, we're going to install this. And I am more than excited because the steering wheel we have is gross. This is gonna liven up the car because it's gonna add some color opposed to the ugly beige that this car stock comes with. I've never done a steering wheel before, so it's a learning experience for me too, but boys, I'm excited. What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, as I just said, we're installing the steering wheel, quick release, and hub, all from wish.com/eBay. So this is a $70 setup. And again, if you guys didn't watch the video about me unboxing it, I get a little bit more in detail of how I got it or where I got it from and the price. But it's about $70, which is a steal. For the quality of stuff I got here, which actually feels really good, I can't argue with it. Before we start this install though, if you guys could please do me two things. One, subscribe, because you guys aren't subscribing. You guys need to start doing that. And two, if you guys could check out my merch at my Teespring account, I have it in the link in my bio. So the first thing we gotta do, because we are messing with airbags and electronics, is we need to disconnect the battery. And I don't know if I've ever showed you guys me disconnecting the battery in this car because of how I have to get to the hood, because when I first bought this car, the guy snapped the hood latch right off. So we have to do it this like sketchy way now. Battery is now off, so we can start taking this guy off. So step number one, besides removing the battery, you're gonna come to the side, take this little door off, and there's a Torx bolt inside of there, and then there's another one on this side, and I believe if you take off this one, you got some more stuff under here we have to remove. So it looks like the size of the Torx bolt is a T30, so you're gonna put it in there, and I just found out that it's really hard to turn. So I might actually have to put like a socket bit on here so I can get a better leverage on it. But we're gonna try to twist it off with just like the screwdriver handle. And just a little bit of like a trick or a tip or whatever you wanna call it. Like this 1/4 ratchet fits my bits for my screwdriver, so I can get a little bit more leverage on it, because sometimes the flat is just a little bit hard to get out. That made no sense. Using a screwdriver, sometimes it's hard to get bolts out. And not gonna lie, these bolts are actually in there really good, so it's kind of hard to break them. So using a ratchet method is definitely the move, because they're probably Loctited in there. And then the airbag will just pop right off. And this is scary. Like, I know my battery is disconnected and everything. I'm just afraid that something's gonna happen. So you can see where it's connected to. There's like a couple main connections for your horn. So I'm just gonna remove some of the brackets here and the clips. Then your airbag just comes off. The next step is to remove the center nut right here, and it's a 19mm. Now chances are it's gonna be like crazy on there, and I'm not gonna be able to do it with just a hand tool. So I brought the power tools out just in case we need them, but we're gonna try to give it a shot with just a hand tool anyways. It's on there really good. Got it. Now, every time I've read about doing these, you don't want to take the nut off all the way. You want to have it loose so you can just kind of pull this off. So I'm going to pull it, and hopefully I don't like hit myself in the face. But if I do, it'll probably be pretty funny. Or maybe I'm missing a step right now. So they say the best way to do this is you hit it, top, bottom, right, left, and it should just... I need two hands for... Oh, it came off loose. So we're just gonna take that bolt 19mm off. And this is still connected to something. So now we are left with this. And I honestly don't know what to do with all these wires, or if I'm supposed to disconnect these. So I'm gonna do a quick Google or two, because I have no harnesses that these would go into. So I might have to take this thing off, but I'll let you guys know. So you're gonna take the top trim piece off, and it just snaps and slides off. And you wanna remove this bolt, I believe, this bolt, and this bolt to take this entire system off, because you don't need these wires anymore, because we have nothing to plug these wires into. The next step we're gonna do is we're gonna follow these wires down into underneath and unclip them, because they are in the way, and we don't want these things to be in the way, because we don't need this thing anymore. So it should just connect like right underneath your dash right here, just so it's to be a simple thing to unclip. Now to do this the easiest way possible, to save you the most amount of stress is take off the cover from the bottom of the steering rack here, and everything kind of slides out of a bracket and they come out and you just can slide the whole thing out from up top. Very easy. So to my understanding is the yellow one here is for your airbag, which we're obviously not utilizing anymore because my new steering wheel does not have an airbag. Off-road use only. And the other one, I believe they said is for the horn, which we might have to splice some wires. I'm not too sure, and I'm not very keen on wiring, but I kind of do want a horn at the same time. But yeah, take off the bottom cover, and that will be the easiest way to get to where you're needing to go. So I tried watching a video on how to do the actual horn. I think we're gonna run a little bit hornless for a little bit because I'm really bad at wiring, and I think I need to get more wires for it. So we're just gonna put this on now. So we're gonna line it up with the little notches in the back, and if you're doing this, you'll see there's notches on the back. Just line them up, push it in there as hard as you can. So I'm pretty sure cheaper hubs, like this one I have here, isn't the best for using a horn because it's a wire, and most short hubs and stuff that I've seen uses like a metal plate to keep a current going, and that's how the horn works. So I'm not sure what the difference is or how this one works. So I'm gonna do some research on it, and we might go back to it another day because once everything's on, it should be a lot easier to disassemble everything. But right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the hub on. We got the bolt back in there, so we're just gonna tighten it up to make sure it's all snug and secure. Give myself 1 point, take away 1 from eBay because this part just completely came off. But it's just a piece of plastic, so it like should be able to just move it and secure it again. But that's one thing I was kind of afraid of happening, was this thing was gonna break and all the plastic disconnected from everything, and it looks kind of trashy now. But I'll try to make it look as good as I... Really? I'm gonna try to fix it, but we'll see what happens. We did the best we could. It's not perfect, but it's a cheap hub, so I'm not gonna complain too much. So now we're gonna get our quick release and start like mounting the quick release on here, and I believe it goes like this. And looking at this, the steering wheel's gonna stick out really far. I'm gonna look like a grandmom driving now, but again, cheap eBay hubs tend to be longer than a short hub, I suppose. So we're just gonna bolt this on, and it should look like this. We'll see. So I don't have a steering wheel, now I have somewhere to put my camera. I just put it on the hub. So now we are going to take off all the Allen bolts on this so we can put the quick release on there like this, and then we should be pretty much done here. Just bolt everything in, and this should just kind of like do the thing. I think you need 2 hands for this hub. But it's on. And guys, I can already tell you why you shouldn't buy this this hub, because if you notice, this thing's, you know, comfortable driving like height and everything for me right now. I mean, it's a little bit high, but guys, I can't reach the pedals because I'm all the way back, and I'm literally gonna be grandmaing this. So putting myself where my seat usually is, now I'm like 6 foot-ish, 5'11", so I'm not the shortest person in the world, but the seat actually does go back really far. But if I'm sitting comfortably where my feet usually are, and you see where the steering wheel is to me, look how massive this hub is. Like, you go from, you go from a thing that's like 4 inches to this thing that's like 10. Like, and this everything feels like secure. Everything feels like OEM quality, to be completely honest with you. But this is so far up. I'm gonna put the trim pieces back on, and we're gonna reevaluate and see how it looks. Oh, and also, for some reason, this hub didn't allow for me to put the horn button in there anyways. It just doesn't fit with this setup. So, unless I like kind of like force it in there, just like cover the wires, I might just try to somehow do that. But it wasn't fitting because the quick release just doesn't allow for it for whatever reason. It's a look. It's definitely a look. It doesn't look bad, but the steering wheel just sticks out so far. And that's the thing I don't like about it. Now from the front, I mean, it looks okay. I'm just happy that I got a new steering wheel that's not gross. I'm definitely gonna save up for a D&D hub. I'm gonna clean up, put the battery back on, check out my check engine lights because I know I'm gonna have a lot, and we're gonna take her for a little spin. Man, you guys, quiet down. So our SRS light is gonna come on because that is our airbag and our safety equipment, and that is fully expected and fine. If you guys can hear, that resonator sounds getting worse. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous right now to drive this thing after putting a new wheel in, because if something were to break, it's gonna break now, and it's not gonna be fun. Yeah, we had to grab out of the car a little bit because of how it sits, but honestly, like, this isn't a bad position. It's a little, I wish it was a little bit farther back, like maybe 2 inches, but it feels good, and honestly, it feels secure so far. I will do a full extensive review video about this, because I'm gonna try to drive the car a little bit more with this on there, just so I have a better understanding of how it feels. But honestly, right now, it's not feeling bad. It's a little bit hard to vlog with it because I have even less room now because it's all up in my face. But so far, so good. So one thing I'm noticing already is usually when you use a turn signal, you just kind of flick your finger, right? It's a little bit far for the finger flick. My hand doesn't reach it. So this hub is like ginormous. The steering wheel is in my face. So again, I'll do a full review on it. But right now, the car's driving. It's not loose. It feels very sturdy. Honestly, it feels like OEM sturdiness, which feels good. So I'm pleased with that. So I definitely have to get used to cat pawing it, because you can see I have to like reach pretty far to get to any of my controls. But something that I think is really cool is I can finally do this and be a cool kid and just have it on my dashboard and just swag out like that. Because what's cooler than that? It's a look. It's a cool look, and I'm pleased about that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried doing it the best I could. I didn't do my microphone tricks like I probably should have the whole time, but hopefully it still sounded okay. So this is something that it's gonna get changed out eventually, and I understand that, and this was more of a test, but so far, so good. So I'm gonna leave you guys off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So if you guys could do a few things for me, comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, keep doing you, stay motivated. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and peace.